Furious was Thor when he awoke and missed his hammer. He shook his beard, he tossed his hair to and fro. Earth's son began to grope about. And these were the very first words he spoke. Listen, Loki, to what I'm saying, what no one knows. Nowhere on earth, nor in heaven, the god has been robbed of his hammer. They went to the beautiful courts of Freya. And these were the very first words he spoke. Will you lend me, Freya, your feather shirt, to see if I can find my hammer? I'd give it to you even if it were made of gold. I'd lend it to you even if it were made of silver. Then Loki flew off, the feather shirt whistled, until he came outside the courts of the Aesir, and he came inside Giant Land. Thrym sat on a grave mound, lord of the ogres, plaiting golden collars for his bitches. He was trimming his horses' manes. What's up with the Aesir? What's up with the elves? Why have you come alone into Giant Land? Bad news amongst the Aesir? Bad news amongst the elves? Have you hidden Thor's hammer? I have hidden Floridi's hammer 8 leagues under the earth. No man will ever take it back again unless he brings me Freya as my wife. Then Loki flew off, the feather shirt whistled, until he came outside Giant Land, and he came inside the courts of the Aesir. He met Thor in the middle of the court, and these were the very first words he spoke. Have you had any success for your efforts? Tell me all the news while you're still in the air, for tales often escape the sitting man, and the man lying down barks out lies. It was an effort, and I've had some success. Thrym has your hammer, lord of the ogres. No man will ever get it back again from him, unless he brings him Freya as his wife. Then they went to see the beautiful Freya, and these were the very first words he spoke. Tie on yourself, Freya, a bridal headdress. We two shall drive to the land of the giants. Furious then was Freya, and snorted in rage. The whole hall of the Aesir trembled at that. The great necklace of the Brisings fell from her. You'll know me to be the most man-mad of women if I drive with you to the land of the giants. Altogether the Aesir came in council, and all the Asinoir in consultation, and what they debated, those mighty gods, was how they should get back Floridi's hammer. Then Heimdall said, the whitest of the gods, he knows the future as do the Vanir too. Let's tie on Thor a bridal headdress, let him wear the great necklace of the Brisings. Let keys jingle by his side, and women's clothing fall down over his knees, and on his breast display jewels, and we'll put a pointed headdress properly on his head. Then said Thor, the vigorous god, the Aesir will call me perverse if I let you tie a bridal headdress on me. Then said Loki, Laufey's son, be quiet, Thor, don't speak these words. The giants will be settling in Asgard unless you get your hammer back. Then they tied on Thor a bridal headdress and the great necklace of the Brisings. They let keys jingle by his side, and women's clothing fall down over his knees, and on his breast they displayed jewels, and put a pointed headdress properly on his head. Then said Loki, Laufey's son, I'll go with you to be your maid. We two shall drive to Giant Land. Quickly the goats were driven home, hurried into the harness. They were going to gallop fast. The mountains split asunder, the earth flamed with fire. Odin's son was driving to Giant Land. Then said Thrym, lord of ogres, be upstanding, giants, and strew the benches. Now they are bringing me Freya as my wife, Njord's daughter from the Neaton. Gold-horned cows walk here in the yard, jet-black oxen to the giant's delight. Heaps I have of treasures, heaps I have of luxuries, only Freya seems to be missing. They came together there early in the evening, and ale was brought for the giants. He ate 1 whole ox, 8 salmon, all the dainties meant for the women. Sif's husband drank 3 casks of mead. Then said Thrym, lord of ogres, where have you seen brides eating more ravenously? I've never seen any brides with a broader bite, nor any girl drink so much mead. The very shrewd maid sat before him. She found an answer to the giant's speech. Freya ate nothing for 8 nights, so madly eager was she to come to Giant Land. He bent under the headdress. He was keen to kiss her. Instead, he sprang back, right along the hall. Why are Freya's eyes so terrifying? It seems to me fire is burning from them. The very shrewd maid sat before him. She found an answer to the giant's speech. Freya did not sleep for 8 nights, so madly eager was she to come to Giant Land. In came the wretched sister of the giants. She dared to ask for a gift from the bride. Let the red gold rings flow from your arms if you want to merit my love and all my favour. Then said Thrym, lord of the ogres, bring in the hammer to sanctify the bride. Let Mjolnir on the girl's lap. Consecrate us together by the hand of Var. Floridi's heart laughed in his breast when he, stern in courage, recognised the hammer. First he killed Thrym, lord of ogres, and battered all the race of giants. He killed the old sister of the giants, she who'd asked for the gift from the bride. Striking she got instead of shillings, and hammer blows instead of heaps of rings. So Odin's son got the hammer back.